Hi, everyone. I'm here with my daughter, Victoria, and Chris is here also. So, hello, Dana, Carol, Angry, Sig, Common Sense, Joe Karate, Scotch. How are you all? Come on. Um, my daughter, my daughter. I was coming on here to discuss something, but my daughter wanted to say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Victoria.
How are you, Chris?
All right.
You sound enthusiastic.
I only woke up 6 minutes ago, so.
He's never enthusiastic. But so my daughter wanted to tell everyone about a very serious subject. Go ahead.
Wait, does this mean?
This is serious, Chris.
All right.
My mother has a problem. She is highly, highly addicted to seltzer and sent me out in the storm yesterday. In a storm. Well, it was actually a few hours ago, but she literally sent me out to go to the store to get her seltzer that she is a fiend for. And literally, I had 10 bags in my hand trying to get her help to bring them inside. And what does she do? She grabs her seltzer and leaves me standing there with the door slamming in my face. I come inside finally. And what does she have? The seltzer in her mouth already.
It's not just seltzer,
It's like a crack addiction.
but it's polar seltzer.
See, this is how you know.
Blackberry.
This is how you know she has an addiction because addicts lie.
Right? It's
And
like
she
a serious problem.
told me she was ordering like 2 cases off of DoorDash. So the fact that she lied about that,
She was trying to, but they did not have her flavor. What flavor did they have? Lemonade. It didn't work for her. So she had to send me out
Well,
and didn't even help me.
I did help you. I grabbed the seltzer. It was the whole 12 pack. It was. I helped you. But let me tell you what happened. Hi, John Minucci.
What's up, John?
Barbara, Jerry. Let me tell you what happened. Joy. Hi, Joy.
Oh, good.
Last
Hey, Joy.
night,
She told me she would fight me for the 1 can left. That's what happened.
Victoria, you can't believe anything she says anymore. She's hooked. You know?
She is.
no, last night.
Angel, you need help.
Okay, let me finish.
We're not judging you, but you need help.
Okay, stop interrupting. Last night, there was 1 can left, and my daughter did graciously give it to me.
Because I was scared for my life. She's never had any type of an addiction before, so she doesn't understand the signs, the warnings.
Okay, well,
You wait. So you have Victoria? I'd like to hear about this.
so let
No,
me
I
finish. So anyway, last night, after she went down to her apartment, and
She
that
started licking the cans.
no, I did not.
The dog
No,
found her
but-
overdosed on seltzer.
No, but
Passed
there
out on the
was
couch.
no, there was this can in the refrigerator of something called Truly.
Oh, yeah, I brought that home from work.
Right, what is that?
It's a spiked seltzer. Now she's getting serious.
It was a spiked seltzer, and I have to say, it did settle my craving, and it made me fall asleep early
Is
too.
that why you were a little wobbly yesterday?
I don't know, but it was it did, and
I'm
then
only kidding.
it did work. It did the trick. And then today, my daughter, again, graciously, went to the store and bought me some more seltzer. And as soon as she walked through the door, I did open up a can and inhale it down all. Seltzer Anonymous.
She does need that. We will look into
Wait,
the
you
details.
said you inhaled it.
Yeah, like I
Wait.
poured it
So-
right
so
down.
what do you mean, like you cooked it first, or like I don't?
No, I just poured it right down.
It's
It's a serious addiction, Chris. Do not make fun of me.
And she finally came back to life too, because she was getting a little.
I was
pale.
getting like, it really bothered me to have to drink water last night. And I used to love water until I found the seltzer.
Great invention.
Yes. Polar, seltzer, black cherry.
They better be paying you for this endorsement.
Oh, say hi to Justice Tech Pros.
See,
Hello.
even he sees it. Admitting you have an addiction problem is the first step in fixing the problem.
No, that's not true.
Angel, you ready? Certain
Oh, wait.
certain cooperating witnesses are going to hear this, and they're going to be on the YouTube channels. Yeah, Angel needs to get off YouTube and work on herself and her issues. Because she's a bad example to the world and children out there, and
Oh, Gucci wants to say hi to everyone.
No, Gucci can't. Wait, just speak for a minute. I need to do something.
What?
She would like us to take over. You got any
just for
interesting
1 minute.
facts to talk about, Chris? Anything going on in life today?
Well, you're the star guest, so.
Okay, so what's going on with you, Victoria? I'm looking for someone.
What's
Hold on.
going on with me? I
This is
do
such a
nothing but
fascinating
work.
Conversation.
Yeah, my daughter is a workaholic.
I am.
I texted Angel. Oh, so what's the show going to be about? She said it's going to be about people telling lies with no proof, and somehow we've drifted into sparkling water. So,
Well, that's I don't know what happened to.
Anyway.
Hold on, I'm looking for something. Oh, there he is.
Victoria. So Angel wanted to do a show about people telling stories with no proof. What are some of the well, what are your thoughts on how a lot of people in the media and other not so fine people just print things with no proof and no regard to how it affects people's families? And
I mean, it's been going on for a long time. They don't really care. They just print what they think will sell. I guess you could say. Like,
I mean, I don't want to say everyone in the media, but a good portion, So some people still do have integrity, but a lot of people just put out total nonsense or print words from known fabricators with nothing to back it up, and like, oh wow, hey, well, this is what he said. It's not me saying it.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. There are people that come on here and tell their story, and that's great. Tell your story. But when you tell someone else's story, make sure you have proof of what you're saying. Like proof, real proof. If you say one man is on 20,000 or 5,000 or 1,500 tapes and another one is not, make sure you have the proof of that. Because someone does have proof, like court transcripts, court testimony, and actual tapes, prison tapes, actual tapes that certain people were caught on. So that's all I'm saying. Everybody wants to believe that one man was on 20 million tapes and the other man was not. And that's not true because they were both on them. I don't know why people are spinning one narrative. It's not true. And you're going to look really foolish when all of this does come out, because two people were caught on a lot of tapes. Two people, not one person.
I think a lot of these people, though, won't really feel foolish because a lot of these people who just print lies knowingly have no integrity to begin with, no moral compass, and to them it's just another day. They're like, oh, well, that's what he said, not me. So it's just some people. Some people don't got it like that.
I'm saying, I'm a little tired of hearing people make accusations. People. Let me finish. People making accusations and people getting on YouTube, newspapers, the news, whatever, and saying whatever they want. And you don't care about the people that you're actually hurting or attempting to hurt or whatever it is that you're doing. But you have to remember, there are people who do have the proof. They have the proof. They just haven't shown it yet, or they haven't spoken yet. But they will be. They will be. That's it.
Victoria, what are some of the more far-fetched, completely false accusations that have been leveled at you by people in the media, or that you've seen about your mother in the media that are just totally false from your perspective?
My mother, her mother. I'm not really in the
be
media.
honest.
No, I said.
I get very upset with her because I don't like to pay attention to the media and the press and most other insignificant people who have a lot of things to say and a lot of lies. I don't pay attention to it because I know the truth. I lived the truth. And seeing them lie, like, it's just, I don't care what they have to say. You know, I just really don't pay attention to them. I think that they're very sad that they need to talk about our family to make a living. I think that it's very sad that they use our name for their books and their shows. And I think it's pathetic that they do that. Like, find your own life, live your own life. Why do you have to constantly make up lies about someone else to profit?
Mm-hmm.
So I personally don't like to read their, I want to say crap. I don't like to read their crap. I don't pay attention to it.
Hold on 1 minute.
Because if I do, it would probably really upset me. And I would never give them that power over me. So
100%. A similar subject came up at Thanksgiving dinner with my family, because I don't want to make it a political thing, but somebody was talking about a politician, but I won't name him because it can apply to people in all walks of life. But somebody brought up a certain politician that was accused by multiple people of sexual harassment and stuff like that. And that's happened to numerous politicians and public figures. But I remember I said, I was just like, well, listen, maybe some of those women are telling the truth. Maybe they aren't. We don't know if there's no proof. And I'm not calling them liars, but I always think back to the Duke lacrosse case where those lacrosse players were accused by a girl of gang raping them and all these things. They were dragged through the mud for 2 years, ruined their lives. And then it came out the whole thing was a lie. The whole thing was fabricated. And that always just stays with me when I hear these accusations with no proof about anybody or anything. Like, well, why should I believe you? If you have no proof, you may be telling the truth, but why should I judge somebody else if there's nothing to back it up?
It's really sad because it could go both ways. Like, a woman could be telling the truth, and then there's one that lies and ruins it for all women out there who really went through that. And really, 100%. Then people question everyone because people are caught lying about it. It's just really sad to me.
No, you're 100% right too. It's like, so it's that's why it's my belief that if you want to lie about yourself, that's your business. But when you lie about other people, especially like really nasty lies that don't just impact them, but their families and the people around them, I really believe that's just one of the most despicable things you could ever do.
But it is.
Dante, Victoria and I are both vaping. Victoria quit smoking. How many years ago did you quit smoking?
It's got to be like five years ago.
5?
Maybe more.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think it's more because I quit 8. You quit right around 6.
You 7. Did quit before me, and
yeah.
I remember were very upset when I didn't quit right away. But
what is this, A&E?
Reluctantly.
Intervention.
So what else? You have anything else you want to? How am I as a mother?
The best mom ever.
Does she treat you better or the dog better?
Is that about their own mom? Well, most people say that about their own mom, but my mom really is the best mom.
Does she treat you better or the dogs better? And are you jealous?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Sometimes, like, I'm sitting there starving because the dogs have to eat first.
Well, the dogs always have to eat first.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I do feed the animals first. I do. Because the animals, they don't understand why you're eating and they're not. So that's why I always feed the animals first. And the cat. Also the cat, who, by the way, if Angry Sig is still here. Can you tell me why the cat hissed at me yesterday? That's the first time ever that the cat hissed at me. Oh, look who this is.
What?
Yes, she's a hard worker, right, Angry Sig?
Yeah.
She's a workaholic. And she is very loyal.
I'm pretty sure Victoria would commit a felony for me if I asked her to. So.
No, she wouldn't commit a felony.
I think she'd go up to a C level felony.
She said it depends on the felony.
What?
She said it depends on the felony.
Yeah.
So I told everybody how. Can you put her down,
She just
please?
wants to join. She likes to be here.
I told everybody how the first time we went to Marion, I had told you before we got there that Pop-Up was working. And as soon as we walked in.
As soon as we walked in, I know.
And what did you say to me?
I said, you lied to me. Pop-Up is not working. I said he's in prison.
Yep. She knew. And what were you, 5? You were 5 years old?
Yeah.
And she knew right away that we were at a prison.
Yeah. You wouldn't tell me until we left, though.
I know. I didn't say anything to you.
Because I had a little big mouth. I used to tell Pop-Up everything.
Oh, look what Angry Sig said. Yes, and I will never forget what she did for me, getting me that job over the winter. That's so nice. That's so nice.
I always try to help everyone.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe Karate.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
It's the worst when pets die.
It really is.
It's
devastating.
Yeah,
it's like
devastating.
You lost your family.
Yeah.
What'd you two eat for Thanksgiving?
Oh, so much.
Well, what did I make you?
Lasagna. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It was.
So I made her a lasagna. And then last night, was it last night or the night before? No, Sunday night, she brought food home from her cousin's house that I thought was from Thanksgiving, but it wasn't.
No, they had a second Thanksgiving so they could do it all together and have like all the food that they love to make.
It was very good.
Stuffed artichokes, turkey.
Very good.
Oh, it was delicious.
You have any other questions for my darling Victoria? Chris? Or are you reading again?
I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments. There's this guy, Anthony Luciano Raimondi. This obviously isn't the real Luciano Raimondi. Not that the real Luciano Raimondi is a real Luciano Raimondi, but he's one of the people I would just be like, he's a fascinating character.
No,
these people that just go out there, just make up complete fictional versions of themselves, and and in every interview I've seen this guy on, I mean, I've probably only a couple of them, but he's got an unlit cigar with him. Well, if it's not lit, what are you holding it for? I don't even get it. Like what? Like I don't get these people who hold unlit cigars. So
no, that's not the real one, but he is so funny. He's really funny. I have to give him that. But he starts trouble in everyone's chat. And no, Bill, that is not hers. It's not hers. She moved 2 years ago.
Oh.
It's someone else's. But let's see. Angel Gotti, no bringing up Sissy tonight. Let our friend MRE heal a bit. Where is he?
Who's Sissy?
Sissy is...
Who's that? I haven't been paying attention. I'm pretty sure Victoria has no idea either. She's just laughing at you laughing.
She knows. Oh, Sissy is MRE's ex-wife, who
in
is
Idaho.
No, who is a clown.
I am petrified of clowns. I will say that.
No. Sissy is and they have a son named Junior who has he has a deformed He has a deformed ear from formaldehyde cigarettes, so a pinky is growing.
He is so funny.
A pinky is growing out of his ear. But don't make fun of him.
I have a friend who got thrown out of clown college. I'm serious. He got caught stealing like the noses and like the toys and stuff, and they threw him out.
What did he steal it for?
Wait,
because he's just like he's somebody I know from the old neighborhood from where I grew up, and he's one of them people, I forget the word, but like he just can't stop stealing. He just always steals. like shoplifts. I don't know now, but back in the day, but he had a problem obviously, and he got this great idea to go to. He was serious. He's like, I remember I saw him one time. He was like an older head. He's yeah, so I'm going to clown college. God, they make mad money. And then he went to clown college and got thrown out. And so
no, wait. So I don't understand. There's a clown school or a clown college?
I don't know if it's accredited, okay, but it may be not Division 1. It could be Division 12, but but they have schools for these things.
That's interesting. I would be petrified walking in there.
Yeah, me too. Because
I'm not scared of much, but clowns freak me out.
I'm scared. You out. Clowns don't bother me.
I never liked clowns.
When I was like 3 years old, and it scared the crap out of me.
You walked around with a Chucky doll stuck around your neck, and you're scared of clowns?
Yeah.
How come I never knew you were scared of clowns?
They have that painted smile, those big shoes. It's completely out of whack.
No, what's scarier than clowns are the people who would become clowns. Like how did you choose that? I understand if you're a struggling actor and it's just a gig.
But that's okay, but some people are just, I don't know.
I knew somebody else who was a clown. I had a supervisor at a job one time, and I looked her up, and she was a former clown, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" But she was a little out there.
I don't know. That doesn't.
Nothing against clowns, but in my personal experience, it's not my scene.
Well,
I had a friend that knew I was petrified of clowns, and we went to the haunted house, and in the clown room, he decided to tell the clowns my name. I've never been so scared in my entire life. I ran out of there because I go, Victoria, all over the place. I was petrified.
I went to a haunted house. I think it was in Bayville, like
that's
10 years
one.
ago. Oh yeah, but is it like the firehouse? It was like the fire department that puts it up.
Yeah,
that's the one I went to maybe like 10 years ago, and I don't know how I got dragged there for Halloween or something. I think it was my friends were going, like, hey, you want to go to a haunted house? I was like, all right, let's go to a haunted house, and we went there. And we're in, and I already felt like I was like too old to be there. You know what I mean? I was like, what am I doing here? And then somebody jumped out at me. Like, I don't know if it was a clown or somebody like in like a Halloween, some kind of creepy costume. Somebody just jumped out to scare me. And I reacted and I pushed them back and they fell back like 5 feet. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I'm not, it's just for kids. I'm not supposed to be there. And then we're walking out. Not walking out, but we're in like the next part. And one of the firemen comes up to me. He's like, was it you that pushed them? I was like, yeah, they jumped out at me. Like, oh, you can't do that. And I was like, well, don't tell them to jump in my face, just with a weapon, with a fake knife. So.
Of course you're going to react.
I'm not afraid. Did you ever go to the haunted mansion in Bayville? Chris?
I'm pretty sure this was like something. It was in Bayville. I think it was the fire department had organized this. So I don't know.
It's the fire department in Bayville.
That may have been the one. I don't know. But
that one is so scary. See, I don't mind haunted houses or anything like that, or even clowns. Just don't touch me. If you touch me, if they touch you, that will flip me out. I don't want you to touch me. I'll walk through there. Stop banging that. I'll walk there all, okay, this is cool. This is all fake. Nobody's going to hurt me. But then they touch me. That's it. My arms start going.
Yeah, I don't like to be touched.
He said clowns hide in the shower when you go to the bathroom at 3 a.m.
Don't even mess with me like that.
Oh, that's mean.
Somebody's going to listen to this and they're going to write some snarky headline. Angel Gotti accuses clowns of inappropriate touching. But she has no proof.
MRE grandma has one arm and she swims in circles. No, she has the one arm. I thought he has the baby arm. I don't remember that.
Victoria, what was like the coolest Halloween costume that you ever put on?
That's a hard one. I used to love dressing up.
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
I think I was one of everything, honestly. I was a witch one year, a skeleton another year.
How come I don't remember
I was a
Halloween?
vampire one year because I usually would go out or work and have to wear a costume.
Yeah, but I'm saying when you were little, I don't
because
remember.
we would have to go to Aunt Vicky's because we weren't allowed to go trick or treating. She would have a huge party.
Yeah, my sister used to have a Halloween party for the kids so that they didn't have to go out trick or treating.
Angel, did your dad like from prison like order people to be your kids' bodyguards and all the grandkids' bodyguards? I don't know.
Oh, come on!
Why?
Are you out of your mind?
And did the bodyguards wear costumes?
Yeah. That's what. Are you out of your mind? No, we didn't need bodyguards. We didn't need bodyguards or anything like that. Did your mother hire you a bodyguard?
No.
So we were all normal. We're normal people too. Nobody. We didn't need bodyguards. But the one thing I will say is that if I wanted to go to a club, I was not allowed out late. I think I was 18 and I had to be home at 1:30 or 1 o'clock. He was very strict with us. And so in order to go to a club, I would have to, tell him, Dad, all my friends are going to this club. Can I go? And then he'd say, okay, so-and-so is going to take you and pick you up. So-and-so is going to take you and they'll pick you up. But the problem is that by the time my friends got there, it was time for me to go home. So I didn't even bother asking.
Angel, look, this guy said Chris asking those starstruck questions.
That's John Wolf. John Wolf, he's funny too, John Wolf. Hi, John Wolf. No.
Somebody else in here said that A-Light dressed up as Cinderella, and and my reaction to that is while you were talking was, well, he was missing a shoe, so.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He jumped. That's when he jumped in the water and his shoe was gone. He left without his shoe.
I heard stories from people that were in his circle that were like secretly informants against him, and they had told me stories that he said it was like 10 Puerto Ricans with guns, and it was this, and there was some Brazilians rolled up in a van, like he made it like an action movie, like the whole thing that he had to fight them off, and
oh my god, oh whatever.
I don't believe a word that comes out of that man's mouth.
No. See, my daughter knows. Johnny dressed up. Where is it? Johnny dressed up like Cinderella last year.
Probably did last week too.
Oh God. A-Light said he was your brother's bodyguard. Yeah, okay. No, he was not. No, he was not.
Is it fruit though?
Yeah, he is. He was smaller. I don't know if this is the real one or not.
Why?
So I'm not clicking on that. I don't think that Sicilian would. I don't know. I have a question.
What's that?
Oh, okay. No, I did not have any bodyguards. None whatsoever. Ever. Never had a bodyguard. Not for anything, anywhere, nothing. Not at any age. No bodyguard.
We're not that important.
Exactly. No bodyguards. And neither did my kids. I could imagine Eli dressed as an elf for Christmas. uh, Eli dressed like a real gangster for Halloween.
A cardboard gangster.
I'll tell you, that day outside the courthouse, I could see it in his eyes. He was so insulted that I was there to challenge like his fake personality. It's like he really believed it. He was like, he was looking at me like, "Who are you to challenge a hitman like myself?" And I was just, oh my god.
Oh, look here, Chris. Here's one for you. Do you ever get mistaken for Simon Cowell?
Not in a long time. My girlfriend in high school, her friends, they used to all say I reminded them of Tiger Woods, like I looked like him, but I never really understood that.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
So Angel's taking a break because the DoorDash delivery of 3 cases of seltzer water just arrived. In the meantime, was A-Light collecting food stamps? Yes, he was, while driving a convertible and being a silent partner in businesses. This is a snitch-free page. That's correct.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
What were we gonna say?
I don't remember. Sorry.
Oh, I don't remember either now.
Do you remember when they wanted me to tell on someone in school?
You know, I told that story on Sicilian's podcast or
They were going to
show
suspend
once.
me if I didn't tell them who did something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was something
what
with the locker room. Somebody
Something-
left the water running.
Yeah,
so tell everybody that story.
Yeah, somebody left the water running in the girls' locker room.
She went to
And-
an all-girls Catholic school. High school. It was high school. And they weren't going to let you go to the prom or...
They were going to suspend me and make me go to detention every single day until I
But I thought you couldn't
school.
go to prom.
Possibly. It was wild.
Yeah. I remember
So-
you
I
couldn't go
remember
to
I went
prom.
home to tell her.
So basically, what you're saying is
They wanted
the principal was a secret informant for Ted Otto.
Probably.
No, they wanted her to snitch and tell who left the water running in the locker room, the girls' locker. Well, the locker room. It was a girls'
And
school.
mind you, I had no idea anyway, but I wasn't going to admit that because I said, I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything.
And then you came home and you said, I could swear that you said you couldn't go to prom unless you told. And I said, well, what are you going to do? And you said, I'm not telling. I said, okay, that's it. Or graduation. They wouldn't let you graduate.
Possibly.
Graduate or something, whatever it was, and she wouldn't do it, and that was it. But they ended up letting you go anyway.
No, because you told them, I don't know how you raise your child, but I don't raise my child to be a snitch.
Victoria, I had a similar story. In my junior year in high school, and I went to a Catholic high school also. My junior year, the math class, it was just overly difficult when it didn't have to be. And the math teacher, the guy was a schmuck, but his whole thing was he just wanted kids to pass the Regents. So he made his class just a million times more difficult than it had to be. It could have been a lot simpler. And one day we're taking a test, and I did pretty well in high school. I think I graduated with like an 89.5 average. But this class, I was probably averaging like a 75 or somewhere below 80. And one day we have this exam. And there's one, and mind you, the whole class, the whole exam, like most exams in that class, you would hear people just talking to each other. And this guy didn't care. He'd be in the corner reading his newspaper. This guy just didn't care if people traded information or anything. As we're passing the tests up, I remember there was one question on there that I didn't know the answer to, and I was just going to leave it blank. But the Howard Beach kids, maybe you knew them, I don't know. But like, I remember there were the Howard Beach kids and a black kid, this kid Darren that was next to me. They called out the answers to each other. Like, oh, what'd you get for number 12? Oh, I got 6, 8, whatever it was. And I was just like, all right, I just wrote in, that number, whatever it was on the exam. A week or two later, when we're getting the exams back, everybody gets their tests back, but me. The guy doesn't give me my tests, and I was just like, this guy's name's Austin Power, like the cartoon, like the character in the movie. He's like, I was like, oh, where's my exam? He said, oh, I forgot it. I'll bring it tomorrow. Right away, I knew where this was going. The next day he comes in, he gives me my exam, and it's got a 0 on the top of it. I was like, why do I get a 0? He's like, well, you cheated. I was like, how did I cheat? He's like, well, explain to me how you got this answer here. There's no work to show how you got this answer. And I was like, I'll tell you straight up how I got it. I was like, somebody screamed it out. Probably the whole class heard it. I didn't give the guy's name. I was like, but how is that cheating? He's like, well, that's cheating, and you have to tell me who gave you the answer. I was like, what? And I was like, I'm going to see the principal, because I was cool with the principal because I was in detention all the time. So I actually became friendly with the guy. I was there very often. Anyway, I go to see this guy after class, and I tell him what happened, and he knew the teacher was a schmuck. He basically tells me, listen, study all that material because you're taking the test again. I go home that night. I tell my mother what happened. I said, Ma, this guy is accusing me of cheating when I didn't cheat. And she's like, all right. And my mother was an attorney. She's like, all right, I'm going to call this guy in the morning. And she's calling him, trying to get a set of meeting. And he's dodging her calls. She's calling the school. And finally, she gets a hold of him. And she's like, yeah, I want to meet with you. And she's like, well, let's do it over the phone. He's like, no. She's like, no, we're meeting face to face. And she basically bullies him into a meeting where she was going to call the archdiocese to tell them what was going on. So we have a meeting in the school library, and everybody's quiet in there. But my mother, it's almost like she's in the. It's a meeting, an attorney and the schmuck. And he says to her, he's like, well, okay, if your son tells me who's cheating in the class, I'll think about passing him. And I was about to say something stupid, and my mother just stopped me, and she was like, Christopher, go outside. I was like, okay. I go outside, and I hear her from inside the library. You want my kid to be a fucking rat? And she screamed at this guy in the thing. And then, short story long, she tells me,
you never have a short story long.
She tells me, you're taking the test again on Monday. Study. And I study, and I aced it. And I bragged to the guy. I was like, when the Regents comes, I'm getting a 90 on the Regents, guaranteed. He was like, okay. And I remember I studied so hard for that exam, and I finished it like way before anybody else. I studied so hard for it. And I was positive I got at least an 88, but there were 6 questions I wasn't sure about, 2 points each. I was positive I got a 90, but there were 5 questions I wasn't sure about. And what this guy do? This guy gave me an 88. I was like, wow, what a prick this guy is. And my mother, it turned out she actually worked with his brother, and she was like, yeah, that guy was a complete schmuck. His brother told her that. And then the story is, the year after I graduated, he pulled something with some other kid, and the kid punched him in the face in the classroom, and he probably deserved it. But
no, John O'Master, nobody was watching me from a distance, because whenever I went anywhere, I never told anybody who I was. I used to either be Denise or Debbie. I never gave my real name. So that's how low key I was. No bodyguards. Hi, cousin Paulie. If Eli is so tough, why don't he go for a little walk in Brooklyn? I don't know.
Maybe if he brought bodyguards.
Yeah, he goes with his bodyguards that are law enforcement.
Let's see. Look. President Joe Biden, get out of here. How are the nuns in your school?
There was one that wasn't very nice at first, but she ended up being a really good person after getting to know me. She was really nice. They have good nuns, I will say that. Sisters.
Yeah, they
What high school?
sisters.
What high school did you go to?
Stella Maris.
Okay, I went to Malloy, and some of the friars or brothers or whatever in that school, like they were like old school. They were like guys in their 80s that would throw chalk at you. They would like grab you by the neck, or whatever. It was just like, what?
Yeah, they didn't have that at Stella. Honestly, it was a very small school.
Mm-hmm.
I had 75 girls in my grade. It was very tiny. They had a few sisters. They were all very nice.
What year did you graduate?
2005.
You graduated 2005?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I would have never been able to answer that because I don't remember anything anymore.
Wait, so where did you have your prom, and were you allowed to go?
Yeah, I actually went to 5 proms.
Oh,
she did. She went to the prom. She ended up. I had a heart attack. What are you kidding? You're not going to let my daughter go to the prom or the graduation, because I didn't raise snitches, so they let her go.
Oh, to my prom, yes, I ended up going. But my first prom I was a sophomore.
No, we're talking about your prom from when they told you couldn't go. Was it the prom or graduation? It was one of them. I remember.
I went to both, so it was okay.
Where'd you have your prom?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember.
Mine was cool. I had mine at the Copa in the city. That was really cool how they set that up.
Well, in the same year, I had my boyfriend at the time. His prom was in the city. What was it? The Marriott?
Oh, I think so.
And then mine was. I think it was.
Oh, tell everybody what happened when your senior class was going to Wildwood, and at first I said no, you're not going, and then you were begging me, and I said okay, you can go, and then your father said you're not going, and then your father and I started fighting because he's like, you're not letting her go, I don't care. I said, no, why not? You see, my mother and father never let me do anything like that. Why can't she go? She's not going. Now, meanwhile, he was in California, and we're here in New York, and I said, you're going. Don't worry about it. You're going. And then he was going crazy, and he kept like calling and telling me she's not going, that he made me get nervous. He was making me get scared, like maybe he had like this funny feeling something was going to happen. Or so what did I do? I
stayed 30 minutes away, 20 minutes away?
I stayed like 10, 15 minutes away.
You told me you were 30 minutes away.
Yeah, but I wasn't. So I said, you know what? She's going, and I'm going to book a hotel too. And I had to sleep in the most dingy, crappy room. I had to sleep with the sheet over my whole body because there was flies flying all over. But Wildwood. Oh my God. So as long as I was there, then everybody was okay that she was in Wildwood. I was 10 minutes away, I think.
Sorry to interrupt you, but meanwhile, my brother ended up coming too. So I had like a family reunion in Wildwood while everyone's like.
That's right. I forgot about that. I booked the room and everything. And meanwhile, my son ended up going. So that was like the whole family was there, except for your father. He was in California. But that's how
I got her to let me.
Wait, so was your brother there with a date at the prom, or did your brother just go to make sure your mother didn't show up to the prom?
My brother's girlfriend at the time. Yes.
He went to the prom?
Yes, my brother's girlfriend at the time and my boyfriend were in the same grade. She was a year younger than him, and Mike was 2 years older than me.
Okay. I forgot about that.
But the only reason why I was allowed to go, truthfully, was because you trusted Mike. If it was anyone else, I would have never been allowed to go.
I trusted him. I still went there so that this way your father wouldn't torture me the whole weekend.
This was all the way down in Jersey at Wildwood?
Yeah. Yes. So she got to go, and
I generally try to avoid New Jersey. It's just
all right. No New Jersey bashing. I have friends. Angela lives in Jersey, so don't bash Jersey.
I love Jersey.
See, Victoria loves Jersey. When do you ever go there?
AC?
Yeah, Atlantic City's cool, but other than that, I mean, it's like the armpit of America.
When's the last time you even went to Atlantic City?
It's been a couple of years.
A couple?
Mm-hmm. Maybe like 4.
4?
Yeah. Well, I never went there to gamble or anything like that.
No, I used to like the flea market there.
You went to Atlantic City for a flea market? And what flea market would you ever go to in Atlantic City? What?
No, when we would go there with my friends, they would go gamble and do what they had to do. And I used to like to go to the flea market. There
What
was
to buy used hats? Like what?
No, they don't sell used hats. No, it's a big flea market at the time. I'm talking about 20 years ago. There was a nice flea
do they still have flea markets? Is that still a thing?
I
mean, I'm sure they do. But
they have a few. Yes, they do.
I remember going as a kid, like in the 90s. But
you live in Jersey? Oh, okay.
Well, if you don't like it there, leave.
I lived in Florida, and when I felt like I was on vacation every day for the whole time I was there, and then you come back here and it's it's hopefully we're going back to Florida. Seriously, because this is Florida is beautiful. I love Florida.
It's beautiful. I just can't take the humidity. Oh my God.
Yeah. So tell them something else. Tell them about how you and Pop, how close you were.
Oh gosh. You make me cry.
Oh,
no, I miss him so much. Well, I mean, obviously, I was extremely close to him. I idolized him. And not because of I didn't even know anything about him my whole life. I had no idea. He was so good to us, all of his grandchildren.
See, he was a great grandfather. Florida is so peaceful. Yes, it's a different world.
Yeah, it's Florida and Vegas. It's where the desperados go.
Oh, that's not true. I don't like that.
It's exactly true. It's
it's not true. My mother's whole family lives there.
I'm not saying they're part of the desperados. I'm just saying it's where the desperados go.
No, that's not true.
It's exactly true. Are you kidding me?
How could you say that?
Because I've seen it firsthand. It's where the desperados, Florida and Vegas. That's where they go.
No.
And they want to start over when if they're on the run, they owe money or whatever. That's where they go.
Oh my God! I didn't meet one person like that down there.
There is a lot of people there.
It's a transit state. That's the thing. But I mean, my cousins live in beautiful areas. My aunt, they live in beautiful.
I'm not talking about your cousins. I'm just saying.
Yeah. This is for you, Victoria. Did you ever want to go on the Growing Up Gotti show?
No, honestly. I don't even think I did any of their episodes.
I don't know if you did.
Angel,
for a big portion of their show, I lived in California. I went to college in California. So
that's right.
Really here anyway.
That's right. Her father lived in California and she went to college there.
That's cool.
I forgot about that.
You went to UCLA, right? Wasn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. And what else? Yes. I always came back for Christmas. I always came back to New York for Christmas because there is no place like New York during Christmas.
It was very strange being in California with all the Christmas lights, and then you see the palm trees, and you feel very awkward.
Yeah.
You know what? What?
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to tell you when I was in California. The last time I was there was before COVID, and I guess in 2019. And I had heard all these stories. Angel, some of these stories probably came from you that there was a huge homeless problem there and everything, right? I'd heard people tell me that it's filthy in California, all these things. And I'm not directing this towards you, but towards other. I didn't believe it. I thought it was like Fox News propaganda or something. Right? I didn't believe it. And then when I went out there and I saw how crazy it really was, I was like, yo, this is nuts. And I was telling people out there, I was like, this would never happen in New York. You have like people just like people with needles in their arms, like falling asleep in front of your store. Like there would be 80-year-old shopkeepers sweeping them away with a broom or a baseball bat. This would never happen in New York. It's crazy out there.
It changed a lot there.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being like that.
Yeah. Robert is great. My sister and Robert are still very close. They're together all the time. Robert is great. Luigi's good. Luigi is always Luigi.
I miss Luigi.
And they have great salsa down there. That's nice.
Now she's definitely going.
I almost tripped over a homeless person when I was in California. I was staying at an Airbnb, and I got up in the morning to go to the store to get some water and some oranges or something. And I'm walking the block to the store, and I was like, "Oh, I almost tripped over a guy. His legs were hanging out from behind a tree, just passed out on the sidewalk." It's nuts.
Well, where did you live? You lived in Studio City, right?
Yes.
But it wasn't like that. Even like I remember being there 5 years ago. I do not remember it being like that. I don't know what happened.
It wasn't like that in Studio City. There's definitely parts of California that are a lot worse off, but where I lived, it was very nice. It was if you even threw something out your window driving in a car or threw something on the street, you would get a ticket right away. They didn't play games.
Oh, that's so funny. You know what happened? Her father's girlfriend was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and that's when I smoked. And I'm smoking my cigarette, and I threw it out the window, not even thinking anything. Just threw it out the window. When we got up to the light, this maniac woman, this bulldog, started cursing me out, screaming, yelling, cursing, and I was like, oh man, I thought she was talking to Lewis's girlfriend, because I was like, oh, what'd you do to her? You know her? I'm thinking that they knew each other. So I just put my head all the way back so that the two of them could scream at each other. She was yelling at me for throwing the cigarette out the window. What do I know?
It's different though. Yeah, they don't. Well, also there's parts of California. If you throw a cigarette out the window, it's going up the canyon or down the canyon. You could set a wildfire.
That's true.
Yeah, but this wasn't ananywhere near that. This was on
I know.
What was that main road? Where the road that the pizzeria was on? Melrose. So it's not anywhere near any.
No, but they do have very strict rules about.
Okay, well, I didn't know. And how many years ago was that?
That had to be at least 10 years ago, 15 years
ago.
No,
about 15. Yeah, 15 years ago.
I love both Cali and New York, but I can't stay there. I didn't survive. Like, I missed my family way too much. If my whole family picked up and moved to California, that would make me happy.
That was the same thing with me. Same thing with me. I missed everybody. That's why.
Yeah, family is very close.
Yeah.
And we see each other every holiday, birthday, and talking to you, calling you on the phone, and you saying you're here, at Uncle John's for someone's birthday, and I wasn't there. I get very upset. So I had to go home.
I know.
I called you, 700 times a day?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know. But I was okay with you being in California because you were going to school and then you were working. You were working in your father's pizzeria. So I was okay with you.
UCLA is a really good school, too.
Yeah, and she was going, her father knew someone there. So she was, I wasn't worried about her at all, because I knew he would watch her like a hawk. So it was okay. My son didn't stay there too long. He went there too, but he didn't like it at all. He came right back. But, my daughter liked it. Victoria liked it. And she had a really adorable apartment. Mm-hmm. That was so nice. That was so pretty. And then I remember I came over and she cooked dinner for me. Mm-hmm. It was really nice. That cigarette throwing was...
What?
Was already a thing in the 80s. Yes, I agree. Anywhere with the family is where I'd like to be too. Yeah, that's it's hard because I love Florida. I love it so much. It's like every day was a vacation there because you could never wake up sad. It was always, even when it rained, it was still like a great place to be. But it's hard when you miss your family. It's really hard. What was hard is that I had 2 dogs there. And so it was hard, you couldn't put the dogs on the plane back and forth all the time. So then you had to depend on somebody to watch them. And my cousin is like a crazy person. He's not very reliable to watch my dogs.
He is one of the funniest people you will ever meet.
Yeah, my cousin tortured me in Florida. Let me tell you how crazy he is. My cousin made the biggest mistake of taking this lunatic with me to the nail salon. So I was getting my nails done.
How is Victoria a lunatic?
What?
You just called your daughter a lunatic.
I said my cousin. You have to stop reading and pay attention.
I'm joking.
No, so I go to the nail salon. He comes with me and whatever. I go to walk. I was going to go get my eyebrows waxed. So they take you as I'm walking to the back. My cousin stands up in the middle of this packed salon and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen," he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Can I have a round of applause for my cousin who's finally going to wax her mustache off?"
He's so wacky.
I wanted to die. I was so embarrassed. He was like, "Yeah, come on, let's go. Hands up, clapping and clapping."
I had a similar story with the New York Mets. Kind of, this is, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. We're going to a Mets game, me and two of my frat brothers, and one of them brought his girlfriend, so it's four of us. And my frat brother lived down there by Jackson Heights, so we park at his house and then just take the train over, 3 or 4 stops to Shea Stadium because there's no parking over there unless you want to pay an arm and a leg. So we get on the train, and it's packed. Everybody's in Mets hats, jerseys, whatever, and it's the 4 of us, and 3 of us are wearing a Mets hat or a jersey or whatever, and my friend's girlfriend is there. And I asked her, I was like, how come you choose from the Bronx? I asked her, I was like, how come you're not wearing a Mets hat or something? She's like, Mets hat? I'm a Yankees fan. I was like, what? I was like, I turned to my friend, I was like, you brought a Yankees fan to a Mets game? And I stood up on the train. I was like, everybody, we got a Yankees fan over here. And everybody was like, boo. And you have to be there.
You want to hear a funny story about that?
What?
A very dear friend of mine, growing up, diehard Met fans. I mean, her whole family. They have what do you call that when you have seats that are yours?
Season tickets.
Yeah. Okay. So I never liked the Mets. I didn't know one player on there. I didn't know anything, but she wanted to go so bad. She's like, "Angel, come on, come with me." And I said, "Okay." So all the years that family had those season tickets, they put me on that big jumbo screen. Mm-hmm. I was on that big giant screen and she was cursing me. Like, "I've been coming here. I come here all the time. You don't even like the Mets." And they put you on the, what's it called? Jumbotron or something? Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. And they put me on there and I was just sitting there like, oh my God, I can't wait to get out of here. And they put me on the Jumbotron and not her. But I was a diehard Yankee fan anyway.
Me too.
Victoria, you have a question.
Does Victoria have a boyfriend? I'm asking for a friend. No, Victoria works too hard. Victoria is a workaholic. That's her problem. Mm-hmm. And then when she's off, she's with me. I don't know why. She's really, really pretty too. She's beautiful. Mm-hmm. She has a beautiful personality. Did you click on that question, Chris?
No, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Oh, did I? Let's see.
I did.
I'm saying I never remember clicking on that.
Trying to spice things up.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Joe Karate is Thursday. Yes, rest in peace. Yes, definitely. I loved my Uncle Pete, right? Mm-hmm. I loved Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete, we did everything with Uncle Pete. I miss him.
I remember when he would take us to go see Pop Pop.
Hi, Mike.
Were you there when Vinny the Chin winked at your mother?
No, she wasn't there.
Oh.
No. My daughter said, "Who is that?" See, that's how much my kids are like. They're so not into any of this. No, my daughter wasn't there. That's pretty sick, President Joe Biden is, and I'm not telling you.
What? President Joe Biden is
Not very nice, actually.
Yeah.
I'll never let you close enough to smell it, though.
That's funny.
Oh God. What else? Aw, thank you, Teresa.
Hold on. Joe Karate said, "Thank you for the response. Having a solid work ethic is important." Joe, if you're really interested, I think you should put together a resume of who you are with a criminal background check attached to it and a credit score check, and send it to Angel's Instagram in a direct message, and we'll go through it.
No, I'm not renting out my daughter.
No, you're screening potential suitors.
I don't know if Joe lives around here. Let's see. I don't know what that means. Okay. Are you checking the comments, Chris?
I'm reading them. I'm not clicking on all of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm not reading every one, but I'm looking at it from time to time because there's some lulls in the conversation here.
Actually, that's funny because that Jersey Shore show was supposed to involve my nephews, and then somehow they backed out of it.
Yeah, and they cast new members. And
they backed out of it.
It's supposed to be like a dating show, I believe.
Yeah. I hear that.
A friend of mine was he knew that guy, the guy Ronnie on there, because my friend, his roommate in college was like best friends with Ronnie from back home, and they were hanging out at the Jersey Shore, like in a bar or something, just minding their own business during the summer. And there was just some random person said, "Oh yeah, we're casting a TV show. You guys want to apply to this?" And he applied to it, and it was just random how they found him.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And the other kid that was there, who probably also would have been good for that show, thought it was stupid. He's like, "What is this nonsense?" And he missed out potentially. So
yeah, they didn't even really get paid a lot at first, and then after a couple seasons, they were making a lot of money per season.
Yeah, it became a monster hit.
Yep.
Trying to think. You have anything else you want to say, Beck?
When you went out to get the seltzer water in the snowstorm, did you bring a weapon?
What?
I don't need a weapon.
Oh my God.
I have my bodyguards.
Thank you, Mickey. My brother's doing great. Thank God. My brother's doing great. His family is great. They got some big things coming.
Exciting things.
Very big things coming. That's all I'm going to say. My nephew and my brother. Very, very big things. My brother is very busy. You'll hear about it probably soon. And then and the burner. Did everybody see my video that I put, the Times Square billboard? That is the burner. He is dropping an album on Friday, and it's called Gotti. And my father's voice is in that. That.
That would be so weird to hear.
It is going to be weird to hear, yeah. It's going to be very weird, but let's see. He's about to shut them up. Yeah. Yep. I think that everybody's going to be very, very surprised. Very surprised. And we'll see who says what then. Let's see. Some good work. Thank you. We love you all. Aw, thank you. Not yet. I haven't decided. Mima was gonna come on. I know.
You gotta be careful with that one.
That's not
I'm
it.
just kidding.
I know. That's not
She
it.
is hilarious.
My mother's a firecracker. Forget it.
I wouldn't want her as an enemy.
No.
My mother, let me tell you something. My mother, I was thinking about this today. When my brother's trial, I think it was trial number 3. It was either 2 or 3. And, my mother, first of all, that's her son. So she was, on edge as it was, sitting there, and you have to listen to all this crap. And one of the prosecutors was a woman. She ended up being the head. I think she was like their boss or whatever she was. And, well, the judge ruled against her. And I mean, she was fighting, really fighting for what she wanted. And the judge ruled against her. And she was so mad that she went storming out of the courtroom. Like she went to go, storm. She pushed open that little door, and she makes the terrible mistake of looking at my mother and saying, "What the hell are you looking at?"
Oh, dear.
Didn't your brother say something to the marshals or whatever that if they touched your mother, that he was going to come over
that's
there?
another time. That's another time. That's the 4th trial. But this time, normally, like me, if that woman would have said, "What are you looking at?" I was about to start laughing and go, "Ha, ha, ha, ha." That's what I was going to do. But as soon as she directed that towards my mother, who I was sitting next to, that was like throwing a match on an M80.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And, I'm not even going to, I can't use the language that was exchanged. But that was really scary for me. I was sitting next to her. Let's see. Angel, when is the sequel to the Gotti movie coming out? Is it going to be straight okay TV?
Straight to
TV. I'm pretty sure that has that's HBO. So I'm not sure. I'll find out. But I think that they are. Not sure if Chris, do you know, are they filming it now? Chris?
Yeah, sorry, I had to tune out for a second. What was the question?
Do you know if they started filming the Gotti movie with Asante?
They didn't start production yet, but other than that, I can't really speak about it.
You can't speak about the HBO one either?
I can't talk about it.
Okay.
But what's going on? But, it should be something very special.
Did your dad bring you to? Yes.
I'll be back in a minute. I got to tune out for a second.
Go ahead. Yes, and I brought my kids. My dad sent us there every year, right?
Yes.
Every year. Yeah, I think he only came once with us, and then once was enough for him. But he sent us every year.
We would go to the Christmas show.
Yeah, that's it. Rockefeller Center. Yes, we went every year.
Yeah, but the actual show with the Nutcracker and the what was those girls?
Yeah, that's the Radio City
musical.
Yeah, Radio City musical.
I used to love the Rockettes. That was my favorite part.
Who's Valerie Caproni? Truth. Was it who made the mistake of saying that to my mother? No. It was Mimi Roca. She's a DA or something now. Try to get your mom to get a hold of Complex or something and do an inside Gotti closet of all his old belongings she has.
her belongings are much more.
Yeah.
She has a major shopping. She used to get stuff from
Yeah,
everywhere. I love like going through her closet.
I know.
What Lola cakes? Come on, Mama.
But she
All right.
I'm back.
we still have
We
all
missed
his
you.
things.
I know. What did I miss?
I don't know who that is, the truth. I don't know who that is. I've never even heard of her before. But no, I'll tell you one thing. I've never seen behavior like that before. And I sat through 4 of my brother's racketeering trials, and I've never seen anyone behave like the way that she did. But she was so mad. And then to look at my mother and say, "What the hell are you looking at?" Ooh. Well,
Big mistake.
yeah, that was a big mistake. Did your dad have a nickname for all of you?
For me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Angel, what was your nickname for Victoria?
my
Chucky.
daughter,
Yeah.
Chucky. I used to call her little Chucky. Chucky, come here, Chucky, because she loved Chucky, so I used to call her my little Chucky. And plus, she used to think things that were really cute. Like she used to cut all the Barbie dolls' hair off.
I used to make my socks into dresses for them.
She would cut all their hair off and then take nail polish, red nail polish, and paint like on their neck. And I'll never forget my friend Judy said, "What is that? What the hell happened to your doll?" And she goes, "That's blood." That's blood.
Like a serial killer.
Well, you turned out to be a really good kid. But that was funny.
My pop-up called me Dampanada.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding. They all become judges when they catch the big fish. They do.
No, some of them become big time like defense attorneys afterwards.
Well, everyone who prosecuted my father became a judge.
Not everyone.
Okay, who didn't?
I don't know. Your dad had a lot of
Okay,
prosecutions.
so then
you know?
why would you say not everyone? They did. What's his face? Gleason became a judge. Ward became a judge. Who didn't know? Who else didn't become a judge? What? Oh, let's see.
What's up, Kevin? How are you?
Hi, Kevin.
Who's Bruce Cutlets? You know who you should have? You should have Bruce Cutler on, Angel. That's who you should interview.
I love Bruce Cutler.
You know what? If I called Bruce, he would. I'm serious.
He'd probably do it right there on the spot. Like, hey, Bruce, you want to go live right now?
Let's do it. He really would.
Let's do it.
Yeah, he really would. Could you get
I
her
don't
down?
know why she wants to be up there so bad.
Well, she's trying to get to something. What's this? Oh, I always wanted confirmation if this I read in book once that your father loved ancient Roman history. Is that true? Because he would have made a great Roman. My father loved everything. He didn't like fiction. He only liked true life. So yes, he was and my father had a very high IQ.
Mm-hmm.
He was very intelligent, and yes, that's true. Let's see. Angel, I could tell that you and your daughter are extremely close.
A
You're
little
like
too
sisters.
close sometimes.
Yeah, we are. We really
Just
are. You know, she's my daughter. Of course we're close. Yes, Armand DeSante is in it. He's in the new one. I don't know why people keep saying that. Oh, that's not true. Armand DeSante is not in it. Armand DeSante is in it. And there is going to be the movie. I don't know why they're saying it's not. And I don't know why certain people say that it's fiction, because it's not fiction. You know, I even told someone once, the movie is not fiction. And yet he keeps saying that it is because a newspaper article said it was.
Which one?
Which one? What?
Which one are they saying about? The Monsanto one?
Yeah, that the movie is. Yeah, the first one was. If you ask
It had a
me,
few questionable moments, like
it had it more than a few.
yeah, like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Not that I would know most of the facts anyway, but I enjoyed that movie. People are, well, we don't use that word.
I clicked on it by accident. They're stacked up. Yeah, see, listen, everybody loves Armand Desante, and my daughter loves Armand
I love
Desante.
him.
Yeah.
I remember Daddy took me to one of his premieres, and I met him, and he was the nicest person.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
He is
mesmerized by him when I saw him.
But now tell everybody, how is John Travolta?
Oh, he is even nicer, I would have to say. He's one of the nicest people.
Exactly. He's one of the nicest.
And especially because he told me I was so pretty.
Yeah, exactly. He is one of the nicest people you will ever meet, ever. I'll probably never meet another nicer person than him. Yeah. Now let me take a sip of my
crack addiction.
My seltzer.
Angel, you got to be careful because a lot of seltzer these days is spiked with fentanyl. So.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
The best part.
I'm sure. You know what? He really does. I have to tell you that when Louis died, my daughter's father, my ex-husband Louis, and John Travolta used to, talk all the time and text each other all the time. And like he would send him things, pictures and stuff like that. And when he died, John Travolta called me and stood on the phone with me for like a half hour. And I was a wreck. She was a wreck. I was a wreck. I don't think we forget it. We couldn't even talk, but when he called, he was so comforting. He was so amazing that I felt so much better after I hung up with him. He stood on the phone with me for a half hour and just made me feel so much better. He sent a big, beautiful thing of flowers and a big basket with all these fruit and cheeses and all this stuff. Really, it was good. Beautiful. He is a wonderful man. I love him. I'll always say that I love him. What else? Travolta has a heart. Well, Travolta sounds like a great guy. He really is a great guy. He really is. And I saw his daughter was
she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is too. And was singing a song today. She's on Instagram singing a song. My sister had the Mrs. Beasley doll, and I put back in the box after I cut the hair. Had no idea it would be worth so much money. She had two. Allowed to play with one and the other stayed in the box. Surprise. Oh my God. I remember Mrs. Beasley doll. Johnny Lights and Cheeks Busted Abroad. I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
Angel, if you're going to click on these things, you should know what they're talking about.
No, I clicked on that by accident. Travolta's wife was beautiful. Travolta has lost 2 women he loved and a son. Exactly. And that's why he was so comforting to me, because he called me the next day after Louis died. Or it was either,
it was that day.
No, it wasn't that day. It was the next day or the day after, whenever it was. And I was so hysterical because I was the one who found him. So I was just a mess. And after speaking to him, he stood on the phone with me and he explained all of that, like that he lost the 2 women and his son. And it just comforted me. I'll never repeat what he said to me. Like I will never betray his confidence, but it was very comforting. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. And thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee, for that review that you wrote. Thank you very much. That was very nice.
That was nice.
That was really nice. I saw an interview with John T. and John Jr. this afternoon about the him and my brother are pretty friendly too. They are pretty friendly. Let's see. Junior Gotti for mayor.
He could be the mayor of like Oyster Bay or something. Why not?
No. Well, he's too busy.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the town would probably be run better.
Yeah, true. But it's pretty decent where he lives. It's really nice there. Oh yeah, what was her name? Diana. Diana. From that show. From 8 is Enough. Right. Diana. Was it Diana? I can't remember. Oh, he told me, and he did. He truly loved her. He was devastated when she died. He was devastated. And then his son, forget it.
Dante asked Chris, did your grandfather spray you with Windex? He's referring to My Big Fat Greek Wedding, that movie, and that's how my grandfather was. He was one of those old school Greeks that came over on a boat. But no Windex, but everything else in that movie is spot on. I don't know where they got the Windex from, but everything else is 100% authentic in that movie.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
That really was. That's one of my favorite movies. But I always wondered. I think I even tried it. That's it, Diana.
What, for a mosquito bite?
Diana Hyland. That's it. You're right, Bubblegum Gangster. That's her name, Diana Hyland. But I think I did try it. That's why I asked you. Because you know what? Alcohol works on when you have a pimple. So isn't there alcohol in Windex?
I have no idea where you're going with this. No, but I'm telling you, I've watched that movie with Greek people, and everybody cracks up laughing. It just like because it's so authentic. But then there's people always scratch their heads. But where'd they get the Windex from? Like, who came up with that? But
maybe somebody did.
They probably just figured it would be funny just to throw in there, or unless somebody really, I don't know.
I think that's so funny, Bruce Cutlets. Bruce is funny. I have to put something on this chair so it doesn't hit the counter like that. So, what else? Anything else?
I'm laughing at somebody's comment about something.
Yeah, she died. She was older than him, and she had cancer. Some kind of cancer. I don't remember. Ovarian cancer, maybe. It was very sad. I remember when she died.
I can't even hear it.
Okay. Anything else?
But you should come with sound effects.
What? Yeah, I wonder if we played music. I think that's it, right? Are you done, Victoria?
I'm looking at the iPad.
I actually have a picture of. I have a picture of my brother Peter with what's his name? The father, Mario Cuomo. I have a picture. I should find that picture.
Is he the one A-like delivered bribes to?
Is that what he said?
He had this crazy story when he testified. I don't remember what it was, but that he was delivering bribes to these politicians and judges, etc. I forget the details. Judges for sure, or cops with on orders from the family. But then when they asked him for their names, he couldn't remember the names of the people he delivered them to.
Yeah, I had said that once.
Like, what? How do you forget? What?
I said that. There's a video, the video on my Instagram of me asking Lewis that, because he said that Lewis and he went to bring a judge $5,000 in an envelope. And then when they questioned him on it, he didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
He didn't know the judge's name. He didn't know the building. He didn't know anything. So then when they asked him, it was a sealed envelope because they were asking him, was there any notes inside? Well, I don't know. It was sealed. So if it was sealed, how'd you know that there was $5,000 in there? And he couldn't answer it. And then Lewis was like, first of all, Lewis didn't even like John A. Light. Lewis never would have went anywhere with John A. Light, but he got caught. He got caught.
Did Lewis have a bad vibe about A. Light, like from the beginning?
Yeah, he didn't like him. He liked Jimmy A. Light, and he didn't really know Jimmy that well, but he still liked him better than John A. Light because they would play. Lewis was on a football league, so they used to play football, and that's how he knew Jimmy A. Light. But John, he wasn't crazy about at all. And you'll see it. I have the video on my Instagram. Maybe one day I'll put it on here.
Joe Karate said, "I'm taking Victoria out for dinner and a movie when I get back to Long Island." First, you have to submit your resume, Joe Karate.
We don't
We don't pimp me out.
Maybe my sister Victoria. I don't know. Joe, I don't think you even live in this country anyway.
Joe, do you have a brother named Tommy?
No. Let me see. Who's this? Was Gotti a Raiders fan? He was a diehard New York Jets fan. He did like the Raiders, but he was a diehard New York Jets fan. Angel, hope your mom, brother, entire family have a beautiful Christmas. It's really awesome you were on here. Thank you, Bill. I hope you do as well. Thank you. Okay. Pending my resume application. If Johnny Light was drowning in a pod, would you save him?
No.
Listen,
No.
I would what?
We would not save him. I wouldn't let you save him.
What if you had the option, though, to save him, but then you got to keep him in chains and, torture him however you wanted for as long as you wanted?
No, I'm not into any of that. No.
I just
No.
wouldn't be affected.
Even if it came with a chainsaw?
I mean, I would throw him, what do you call those things? I would throw him a life, what do you call that?
A lifeline?
Oh, no.
Lifeboat?
Life preserver?
Yeah, I would throw it to him, but I wouldn't wheel him back in.
Throw it like just out of his reach,
No,
Sorry.
I
on a
would
string, every time
throw
he
it
gets
out.
close, pull it away.
No, I would throw it out there, but I wouldn't pull him in.
I can't even imagine what it must have been like for your family when this guy came on his media campaign 7 years ago, and you're like, this guy, what is this guy even talking about? All these crazy stories, lies. I can't even imagine from your perspective what that must have been like.
It was listen, when he testified, I think he was on the stand for 8 days. He was the star witness for 8 long days. And like the things that he was saying on the stand, like that was bad enough. But then the things that he's saying today, it's like, it's hysterical. It's like so out there, so crazy, unbelievable. But that's what I keep saying. Like, there's transcripts of these things. There's absolute transcript, tapes. There's everything. So there's transcript of testimony. So we'll see.
Cuban B asked, what about the story where Kasman tried to record Jeff Lichtman in the bathroom during Junior's trial? Is that true?
Yes.
That was during your brother's the first trial, right? Where he wired up on him in the bathroom.
Oh, that was the last one.
No, was it? Well, Jeff was only the attorney on the first one, though.
No, wait. Let me see what that said.
Yeah, Louis Kasman wore a wire. He tried to get him to take money under the table. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did it to me too. But I had a funny feeling because he came up to me and he said something to me, and I had such a funny feeling, and I was like, why is he asking that? And then when I got my mother in the car and we left the courthouse, I said to my mother, I'm telling you right now, something's up with him, because he was asking me things that, how would I know? Like, I don't know any of that. Why would he ask me? And the questions that he was asking me was just a little too fishy. So I knew something was up, and I told my mother. I said, I'm telling you right now, something's up with him.
I don't want to put the guy's name out there. I don't think it would really matter, but still, without asking him. But somebody in the circle, I'll say, he was telling me about Kasman. I was like, what kind of guy was he or whatever. And he said, trust me, like you would not have liked this guy. He was just like a weasel. You trust me, you wouldn't have liked him. And he was telling me, I guess it was at one of your brother's trials or somewhere, I don't remember, that Kasman got all insulted because he didn't introduce Kasman to his wife, and he just like, I'm not introducing you to my wife. Like, you're a weasel, dude. Like, and then, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about him.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about him. Because he's the reason why they kept my father in Marion.
Didn't he wore a wire on your mother while she was in the hospital?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to talk about him.
All right.
He's the reason why my father was what happened to my father, but whatever. The best part of the Gotti family, my wife's the boss, best one-liner. Yep. Yep.
Did she force your father to say that?
No. Why did they used to refer Lou as your father? No. Okay. Nobody referred to Louis as my father's adopted son except for Louis Kasman. He's the one who used to. He self-proclaimed adopted son. I'm part of the guy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I keep clicking on that same comment. Yeah, he referred to himself as my father's adopted son. None of us ever said, oh, our adopted brother. Okay. Angel, all the best to you and your family. One question. Who was your dad's favorite New York Yankee? We like them all. I remember he and I having a conversation. I think it was maybe Thurman Munson at that time, and then Don Mattingly he really liked. Who else? Don Mattingly he really liked. I'd have to go with that for now.
Where'd Victoria go?
She's here.
She reviewing that guy's resume?
No, we didn't get it. Okay, all the best. Did you ever meet Eli in person? Did I ever meet him? Yes, I did. I knew him. Like I said, I'm not going to deny that they knew each other and that we all knew him, but he didn't know us the way he claims that he knew us.
What he said, he said in his book that he slept on his father's couch for years through the 80s. Like, this was going all the time. Really? There was no surveillance of that, of him being there. Like, what?
Never happened. Never. I swear on my kids that never happened. There's something wrong with him. Really something wrong with him. He never stayed at our house. Never. But I knew him. Who else? But he never slept at our house. He never even ate in our house. I don't even remember him being in our house, except for one time Christmas Eve, and another time he was the car blocker.
And Christmas Eve, he showed up unannounced with Joel.
Unannounced, exactly. And with his wife, Carol, and Joe O'Kane, and they had to leave before my father came home. What's this? My wife's nephew, who is a liar like a light, and was telling people he was in the play Rent. I told them he couldn't even pay the rent. Joe wears a turban and wants to treat Victoria. Oh, that's mean.
Why is this not going on?
I don't know. Okay. What else? I don't. Chris, you have anything else?
Not really, no.
Okay, so
I didn't really have anything in the beginning. I'm just tagging along.
What else is new? Has got to be stressful dealing with all these loser informants trying to cling to the name, to the Gotti name for clout. You know what? It's baffling to me. I just don't understand. I don't know how they're not embarrassed. Like, how aren't you embarrassed that you're telling these stories how you slept on a couch, and meanwhile the family is saying no, that's a lie. How aren't you embarrassed of that?
Yeah, it would be one thing if the stories were true and you're just telling your story. Well, that's a little different, but to just go out there and lie about your dad or anybody else's dad, it is like, yeah, it's true. How are you not embarrassed? Like, I don't understand that.
And then what are you going to say? Or even the brother saying that he was at my house, but I wasn't there because I wasn't invited, but he was. But it was my house. It's so insane. Wait, I'm going to get you that answer. Hold on. Talk a minute, Chris. I have to. All right, here. Let's see. It was from a movie. I'm going to tell you the movie. Hold on. Because I asked her and then I wrote it down.
Angel, here's a good question.
What?
Angel, did you ever visit the Ravenite Club?
Of course, yeah. The Ravenite all the time.
So women were allowed there, or it was just like for men?
It's not like we sat down and played cards and hung out. No, but I was there all the time. And, we used to take the kids there when, on like the 4th of July. And, wait, hold on.
This is a
Double feature. Okay. The movie was called The Mcconnell Story, and it was with June Allison. And her name was Butch in there, Pearl Butch Brown. That's the movie. That's how he started calling my mom Butch. But what'd you ask me? They kept Jimmy Halite in the basement. Yeah. Did I go to the Ravenite? Yes. Like not to hang out, but we brought the kids there. There was the candy store next door. And, to go there on the 4th of July with the big barbecues. And here's a funny story. Not really funny, but
What's that?
I went to hair cutting school, and my father was like all excited because he figured he put the barber chair inside the club in the office, not in the club, but in the office next door. It was his office. And he had the barber chair and he had the sink put in. And I totally chickened out. I couldn't do it. He felt bad. I felt bad, but my hand started shaking. Like to even touch that head and mess it up, I couldn't do it. And you know what? I don't think I ever cut anybody's hair because I just totally freaked out when he even told me that I'm putting the sink in there and I was like, oh my God, I'm not touching that man's head. I'm not touching his hair. I I didn't have that self-confidence. I think that bothered him more, that I didn't have that self-confidence, that I wouldn't have even like towel dried his hair. That's how nervous I was.
When I was in college, I had like clippers. I had like a buzzer, right? I had some guy who lived down the hall saw them. He was hanging out in our dorm. He's like, "Oh, you give haircuts?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can cut hair." He's like, "Oh, give me a haircut. I'll give you $5." I was like, "Okay." And I just became like a barber on the floor just randomly because of
Oh, let's see. Angel, did you ever go on a second date with the guy bowling out? No, I never even went on a first one.
Wasn't there a karate episode where you were doing like side kicks or something?
Yeah, that I did. I did the
Did they give you a belt?
Yeah, I had a belt. No, I
like the yellow belt, the green belt.
You know what? I still think about that till today, how useful that was. You know, like to where to hit and where to kick and what to grab if you're ever in that position. So that was good.
Another one of these are working.
Oh, wait, I saw a question. Angel, a question. What would your father think about Sammy Gravano having a hit show about the mob? I don't know. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what Sammy Gravano thinks about someone having a hit show about the mob soon. Angel, you should have bought a Flowbee. Yeah, okay.
What is that?
A Flowbee was from years ago. You attach it to the vacuum cleaner, and that's how you could cut someone's hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a Flowbee. Remember them?
Could you imagine going up to Pop-Up with that? Let me plug in the vacuum cleaner and cut your hair.
That's what he's saying. I should have used that on Pop-Up. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. To have mocktails. I think it's terrible, to be honest. I think it really is terrible. I think it's terrible.
His performance is Smeagol?
No, I think that the whole thing of this is terrible. That's all. You know, like I said, you're talking about people you don't even know anything about. And you're talking like you really know when you don't know, because if you don't have any proof, then how could you claim that it's true? You don't have any proof. You know, there are trial transcripts, there's tapes, the actual tapes, there's testimony. So how is any one person going to say without showing the proof? And someday maybe that proof will be shown. Angel, you once said how your mom always had a bad feeling about Gravano. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Your brother said that too in his book, that he never trusted Sammy.
No, but my mother knew. My mother knew. As soon as she saw him, she knew. She never liked him. And she said that about a few. The only one who fooled my mother was Casman. Everybody else she pinned. She knew. Oh. Okay.
What a despicable human being.
Yeah.
Why are you standing up at someone's funeral home?
What's that?
Was your father an animal lover? Yeah, he loved dogs. He did. He loved dogs. Angel. Did I ever get the wrath of your dad punished? Yeah, of course. I'm trying to think. I really didn't do too much to get punished.
So, somebody asked here earlier, and I don't think the question was answered, what it was like for you to introduce boyfriends to your dad.
Oh, he was good that way. He didn't give us any. Well, my sister's a different story, but he didn't give me a hard time. Whoever I brought home, he usually liked everyone, but it was funny on my wedding day in the car on the way to the church. I was in the car with him and my sister, and as we're driving to the church, he's like, "Dad, we could end this right now, right? We could just turn this car around and we could go home." I go, "No." No. He's like, "No, I'm serious. We could just turn it." He's like, "I don't even know what you see in him anyway." I'm like, "Oh my God. It's 98 degrees out. We're in a Rolls Royce, those old Rolls Royce. They didn't have air conditioning in the car. And he's telling me, come on, we'll turn this car around. We'll end it right now. I don't care. Let them all, I was like, no, let's just go." Angel, you should write a life story book. You know what? I was going to. Chris, I even started it. I started writing, I don't know, a whole bunch of pages. But you know what? When you tell your whole story, you have to tell the truth. You have to tell all of it, and you have to tell the truth. And
you have to say what really happened at Wildwood.
No. And there are some people who are going to get hurt, and so I decided not to. And it's not anybody in my immediate family, but it's listen, there'll be a few people that would get really hurt, and I don't want to do that to them. I don't want to hurt them, and my kids wouldn't want to hurt them, so that's why I'm not going to do it. But we'll see what happens. This is a great show. This is great for older people.
Where was your wedding, Angel?
Yes, I believe it.
What?
Was your wedding at the Plaza also? No, it wasn't. It was in Brooklyn. And I'd rather not say where, because then a certain liar will say, "Yes, I was there." And he'll make believe that, he was at the place where I got married. And so right now he can't say it because he doesn't know it. Let's say it figures I get the backup to the Munson for an autograph. I just saw one that Floby and Mrs. Beasley. We are showing our age. That's right, we are. Okay. I believe there is too much hatred on MobTube. Yes, there is. There is. And it's a shame. It really is a shame, because this little tiny community started, and then all of a sudden, and everybody got along, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. It started to get ugly, and then it got uglier and uglier. And now, it's a shame. It really is a shame, because I guess everybody all got along. I don't know. It would be considered surreal to have mocktails. Yeah. Okay. Mikey, yes. A lot about the things that happened. Yeah. I don't know. Is your family? No, I didn't even tell anybody yet. I didn't tell my friends and family yet.
What, that you have a channel?
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone yet. Because I just wanted to try it out first and see how it works out. I didn't even I don't think I've even tweeted it on Twitter yet. What was your father's favorite? Okay, his favorite dish was anything with, hello, Angela. Anything pasta and like ravioli or lasagna. He loved pasta. He loved veal. He loved everything. I mean, there wasn't anything that he didn't like. Angel, I was at a wedding where your Uncle Pete was. Yeah, I miss my Uncle Pete. Angel, who? God, you always have to have one. Who's your favorite? So stupid. Did he like Baccala? You know, my mother made that every Christmas Eve for my brother-in-law, Carmine, my ex-brother-in-law.
What is Baccala?
It's a very, very salty fish. It's very, very salty. She used to have to soak it, I think, for like 24 hours or whatever it was, because it's so salty. And he loved it. He loved it. I don't remember if my father did, but I know Carmine did.
I'm not going down. Goodbye, everyone. It's nice chatting.
Peace, Victoria.
I have to sit up there, I can.
Okay.
All right.
I
think it's about that time.
Yeah, it is. It's almost 2 hours. It goes by so fast.
All right. Well, it's been nice chatting with you.
Same here.
Hey,
and I hope everything is okay.
Yes.
Did your father speak Italian with your grandfather? No. No, they didn't. My father understood it. And he could speak a little of it, my father, but not all the time. Hold on, where did that question go? Yeah. Angel, do you have a large Christmas Eve dinner? I went to one with your uncle at Glenn Bernardi's house and never seen anything like it. We have a very big Christmas Eve. You know, a big fish dinner, and then like some people in my family, usually just my sister-in-law and her kids don't eat fish, so we'll make something for them. But yeah, we have a large dinner, a large Christmas Eve dinner.
All right. Listen, let me sign off though. But
all right, go ahead.
All right. You have a nice night, Angel.
All right, you too.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Angela. Peace, Angela. All right. Good night.
All right. Good night. Let's see who else. Thank you, Kremel. BK. Oh, and you missed it. Yes, you did. You missed it. Yes. I hope everybody liked it. I hope it wasn't boring. I had this whole thing planned and this whole thing written out of what I wanted to say and how I wanted to address it and where I wanted to go with it. But then my daughter, we were laughing so hard about the seltzer, and she says, I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna tell everybody how you are, what you did to me with the seltzer. I said, okay, go ahead. And then it just went in a different direction. But I hope you liked it. I hope you all liked it. I hope it wasn't boring or anything. And thank you very much. Thank you. And I hope you all have a great night. Thank you. Thank you, Yankees. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Good night, MRE, and thank you. And Lee, thank you for sharing it. I don't hold grudges. So don't worry about it. I do not hold grudges. I never did, and I never will. Don't worry about it. I had some Bruce cutlets that were cut just right. Bruce is a great guy. I have to tell you, Bruce is another one. Great guy, great man. Okay. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, MRE. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good night.